If you call yourself an empath, especially in front of avoidance and narcissists, you're actually putting a target on your back. And what you think empaths means is not actually what it means. Being an empath simply means you understand and you can share someone else's feelings. It does not mean that you're a people pleaser who has no boundaries. And when you're telling avoidance or narcs, people that you don't really know, that you're an empath, they already know that you don't really understand the definition of that word. And you think that being an empath somehow gives you high moral superiority, so to speak. And I'm not trying to dog you down or make you feel bad. I'm just telling you that that's how avoidance and narcs perceive that word. And they perceive it that way coming out of your mouth because they can already see the signs of you wanting to please them, of you not actually having boundaries, and that you're really just a highly sensitive person, and they know they can trigger you, and they know that anything they do that may slight you or make you uncomfortable or make you wonder is going to be pretty much what runs the relationship. And having empathy is a vital skill, okay? It helps you connect with others, it helps you understand others from all walks of life. But the problem is that you internalize other people's experiences. You internalize other people's pain. And that's because you haven't created internal boundaries. And avoidance and narcs thrive off of that shit. And there's two types of empathy. There's warm empathy and then there's cold empathy. The warm empathy is understanding, sharing someone's thoughts and feelings about something while at the same time actually caring about it. Whereas cold empathy is, yeah, I understand. I can share your thoughts on that, but I don't care. And by understand and not care, I mean they'll use the understanding your emotions as a way to manipulate you. And you need to learn how to be in the sweet middle spot where, yes, I can share your sentiments, I can understand where you're coming from, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to cross my boundaries and internalize your shit and then start doing things to please you in order to not recreate whatever traumas or negative experiences you've had in your life. Because while you're trying to create a relationship with no friction, no drama, no adversity, you will start becoming resentful because you're really just putting on a performance at some point. You're going to be a robot trying to do things in a way that doesn't trigger them while they are triggering you. Does that make sense? So get some boundaries. Understand that empathy, that's a beautiful thing, but that doesn't justify you breaking boundaries or not having boundaries. You still have to have those in order to be safe out here. And honestly, sometimes you really need to have some friction in your relationships. It will separate the strong from the weak relationships real quick. And if you don't allow that, if you don't give a relationship space to have some adversity, some issues, and you're just so quick to try to fix it, you're going to end up being the person that carries the whole load of that relationship by yourself. A true empath knows when to walk away, because you're not going to be able to agree and share the same ideals or sentiments with somebody who's horrendous. You're not going to continue to try to please them. If anything, you're going to coil up and run the fuck away because you know better. You know better. But being a highly sensitive person is a whole different thing. So to keep it frank, if you're a real empath, you're not about to mix yourself up with people who treat you like trash. You're just not. Because you're not going to empathize with that. You're not. Unless you don't actually believe that you're this good person. Does that make sense? Now, couple that with not actually having any boundaries, not really having any self-respect. This is how you end up attracting avoidance and narcs left and right.